I'm Lynelle Long. I was born in Vietnam and I came to Australia as a 5-month-old baby. My white Australian parent flew to Vietnam, picked me up in the middle of the war, brought me home, and I grew up in rural Australia on a dairy farm. And life was pretty tough there because, there weren't many around me who looked like me. And Australia had just come out of the White Australia policy time. So culturally, socially, it was a pretty challenging time to grow up here. Identity rights for me would mean having access to knowing who I am, who my origins are, my father, my mother, my siblings, my aunties, uncles, grandparents, knowing where I was born, knowing what date I'm born, knowing, what place I'm born at. Was I in a rice paddy field or was I in a hospital? I just don't know any of those things about myself. So for me, identity rights are about knowing the very basics of how my life began, who I am, who I belong to biologically, and then understanding the conditions as to why I'm not with them anymore. Identity rights are really important to me because I guess I've grown up never knowing who I am and then having an identity placed over the top of me to wipe out all of that without an acknowledgement that it's important to know who we are, where we come from. It's affected my life significantly to the point where I've spent my life now, dedicated to helping my peers, my fellow intercountry adoptees who have struggled, who are struggling with and still struggle today with the same issues. So it's kind of like a lifelong curse to not know your identity.